Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. So hope everybody's having a great day. It is Thursday morning, almost the end of the week. I got a great video planned out for you guys today. Today, I want to talk a little bit about gold and silver, but I want to kind of give some tips to the people, or some, I don't want to say advice, because that's a no-no here on YouTube, but I want to give my thoughts, I guess you can say, on, and my lessons learned from a beginner stacker standpoint to a experienced stacker standpoint, because I think it's important, a couple of the things that we're going to talk about today, that you kind of stay on track, that you stay, and it will keep you on track. The first thing being, I'm going to talk to a little bit about the new stackers. If you're brand new to stacking, if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, help me out by hitting that thumbs up button. Trying to boost them thumbs up, testing out the algorithm, trying different things, and any comments you have or any tips to pro stackers or even new stackers, leave a comment below, because a lot of those people are reading these videos, and these videos are kind of designed to inspire the new stackers that are out there, and they're also designed to kind of keep confidence in the experienced stacker, because I'll be honest, even the most confident people in gold and silver now and then get tried their patience a little bit, because we see some crazy stuff happen, manipulation, and once you realize that, anything can happen. But I have a firm belief that the manipulation cannot go on forever. So help me out by hitting that thumbs up. If you'd like to become a member, it's only $1.99 to become a member, and it helps the channel out, and you have a shot every month at winning a cool prize. So with that being said, let's start off right off to the amateur stacker, to the people that are out there that are just getting started. I hear people tell me all the time, these younger stackers, they wish they had gotten in when the price was lower, when the price was $15 an ounce when I got in. And it's funny because it's a thing that I've heard in my entire time stacking. Even I have said it. When I got in at, $15, $16, I wished I had gotten in at $5. Why? Because I've known people that have gotten in at $5. I had an opportunity to get in at $5 an ounce, and I didn't believe in it. Had an opportunity to get in on gold at $400 an ounce, and I didn't believe in it. It didn't make sense. I was blinded by the dot-coms, and there was so many dot-coms out there. It was unbelievable. Every single dot-com was something you could invest in. And it really makes me think of cryptos today, because there's cryptos for everything today. It doesn't matter. And they're making excuses on everyone about how, this coin could be used at colleges down the road for the colleges to just start using the coin, and this coin can be used to buy pizza, or this coin can be used to basically audit physical gold even. That was one that I had heard of that I found really interesting. But here's the thing. Why do I need to hold a crypto token that says that I own a piece of gold when I can just own the piece of gold? The same thing goes with fiat dollars. They say, that maybe someday we'll go back to a gold-backed currency. Why do I need a currency that's backed by gold? Why not just hold the gold? People just don't really realize that. And once you realize, I guess, how many different investments there are out there compared to silver and gold, you start questioning, am I in the right thing? You're newer to stacking, you don't really know where to put your money, and you just wonder what's the best thing to do. And you're never too late. You're never too late getting in, because the thing about precious metals is a lot of these things, these investments, will not be here in 5 or 10 years. So I'll fast forward from my time in investing in dot-coms. A lot of those dot-coms are gone. We still have a lot of them. There's still some of them out there that done really well. Obviously, Amazon has done phenomenal. eBay has done phenomenal. but there's also a ton, pizza.com or all these other nonsense things that just never really took off. And once you realize that, you understand why a lot of us like to invest in precious metals. And it doesn't matter what you're buying. If you're buying something as small as some silver dimes. I mean, this bag of dimes only has 12 dimes in it. And I know some people might be like, what a tiny purchase. And this silver quarter, I showed this briefly in yesterday's video. This is just a silver quarter, nothing fancy. In 1964, I didn't pay that. These items were actually sitting at a resale shop, and so the guy, he didn't know. He had prices on there that were a little high, and so I ended up making a kind of a lowball offer, and he ended up accepting it. I offered $50, but there was actually one more $half that I gave to someone for $10. So technically, I got $40 invested in what you see here. Now, is that a good deal? Well, it's definitely a good deal when you're looking at spot price. 12 dimes, 1 quarter, and 3 halves for $40 is pretty cheap on silver, but it's tiny. It's tiny. It's just going to end up probably, I'll rip open these bags, I'll throw them in a tube, and that will be it. It doesn't matter how small your purchase is, it's making a difference. And we've talked about this before, these silver dimes. Because the truth of the matter, and these are not your regular dimes, these are silver dimes. They're basically, 1964 or earlier. We've talked about how in some countries people work for as little as $2, $3 a day. And once you realize that, you're making next to nothing. And if you have the opportunity to put away silver now while the world is essentially, I don't want to say flooded with money, but depending on where you are in the world is flooded with money. I had someone tell me the other day, even broke people on the street, homeless people, are carrying cell phones. And that's something you see a lot. I actually had a talk with someone one day. He said there are really no broke people in America. When you really look at it, there's lazy people, there's people that want stuff for nothing, but there's not really that many truly, truly poor people. Poor would mean you have nothing. When you go to another country and you experience poor, and that's one of the reasons I want to go to the Philippines, I want to know what it is like to be truly poor. I actually want to I know this sounds crazy, I actually watched a video of a guy that traded his penthouse suite in the Philippines for 2 nights and 3 days to someone living on the street, husband, a wife, and 2 kids. And he gave them all the luxuries, and I said, I want to try that. And some people will laugh at that, I know. But the way you really understand how great we have it here in the United States is you have to experience the other end of the spectrum. I think ultimately everybody is going to experience it here in the United States. I think that day is coming. And that's why I think it's important that people are still stacking. And it doesn't matter how little the item is. It doesn't even matter how big the item is. For pro stackers, it's about consistency. They didn't get to be a pro stacker status by essentially skipping months or, oh, hey, this month I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to go on vacation instead. They put purchasing a piece of silver every month as a priority. They put it as a week. And if you want, in the comments below, let me know your thoughts. I mean, how often do you purchase, if you want to say it? I think it's important that you just stay on top of it. Even when you don't feel like stacking. I have months where I don't really feel like stacking. Right now, I'll be honest, I'm in a rut right now between first my car broke down, and then on top of that, right after I got it fixed, someone collisioned me. And now I'm waiting, dealing with the insurance company and the headaches. And I had one friend tell me, dude, they may not pay you for it. And I'm like, what? He goes, your vehicle ain't worth that much. They'll probably just junk your vehicle, total loss it for what it would cost to fix all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my word. So now I'm a little nervous on that. So I'm a little discouraged. I'm a little discouraged. Obviously, I'm not seeing silver do much right now. It's kind of just jumping between that 30 and 32 range. And, I'll be fine. If it comes down, I'll be happy. That's incentive for me to really dig in and buy more. But here's the thing. I know based on previous years, the last quarter of the year is usually when silver should be doing the best. And we're not really seeing it drastically doing well. Now, there's a couple things that could have a big play on that, though. Some of y'all have been following the tariffs. So, needless to say, Trump wants to do huge tariffs on China and other countries. We talked about that in yesterday's video. You've got Biden basically cutting tech from China. Don't want to give him any more tech. And when you really look at that, now China is starting to get upset and saying, you know what, we can play that game too. No more strategic metals will be allowed to go to the United States. It's a total ban. He is discussing now a total ban on precious metals, strategic metals, and that could really have a big impact on stuff. I mean, it could literally mean multiple prices. We're set right now. It's a powder keg. Stuff is in line to see precious metals just skyrocket. And here's the thing. Here in the United States, people do not understand what could really happen if all of a sudden, here they are keeping the price down, but then nobody has any. Websites start not having any. Businesses all of a sudden don't have any. A lot of us have the privilege to go on one of the big sites or a coin store and buy some. But the truth of the matter is, what's going to happen if no more is coming in the country? Then you've really got to worry, because all of a sudden you've got prices that look low and yet nobody has any. And that's going to really be a big red flag. And the low price is a huge discouragement for those of us that have been stacking. But some of us who are extremely hardcore are looking at that as, hey, I'll take lower prices. It's a buying opportunity. I can get even more of it. People just don't really always focus on the things they need to focus on when it relates to precious metals. Biggest tip I can tell for the young stackers, the new stackers, is just stay at it. Just keep, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter what your budget is. If your budget is you can only afford $2.50 for a silver dime every week, keep it up. Before you know it, you'll be sitting on rolls of silver dimes. It will happen. I know right off the bat someone is doing math saying, no, you'll have 52 dimes. That's one roll of dimes at the end of the year. But you know what? I really don't care, when people take that negative attitude, because I don't look at it like that. I look at it as 50 silver dimes. You take that roll of 50 silver dimes and you give that to someone in Venezuela. You give that to someone in the Philippines. You give that to someone in China. They will be immensely grateful. That is a huge amount of money for them. Here in the United States, people just take it for granted. I mean, you could literally, go pick up cans at the park. I actually knew someone that did that. And the amount of cans that he got was insane. Well, shoot, this is something I do. When I'm driving down the street, and some people laugh at me, some of my friends, that I do this. When I'm driving down the street and I see a appliance on the side of the road, a lot of times I will pick that appliance up, throw it in my vehicle, and just continue on my way. When I get home, I will cut out the copper, the electrical wire, any loose copper on it. Now, do I keep the item itself? No. The dishwasher, the washing machine, the whatever, not dishwasher, that's a bad example because they don't really have copper. But a stove, dryer, washing machine, usually that stuff I take it right to the scrapyard near me, and I don't get nothing for it. I actually know the person that owns it, so me just getting rid of it is good enough for me. But I could always just put it on the end of the road and someone will take it. Some of these guys that I know just drive around and they pick stuff up like that. And even if the copper cable is missing, it doesn't matter. Now, I've taken back copper and I've gotten $300-400 for it. In fact, I got a receipt somewhere around here from the last time I did it. I actually paused the video for a quick minute because I wanted to see if I had that receipt to show you guys. But you know, that took nothing out of me to get over $300. It was almost $4. It was like $370, $380. You know, and anytime I get a soda, I'll crumple my can up, crush my can, throw it in a bin, and all that goes back when I do the copper. You know, so there's a lot of opportunity out there. You have to stay focused on your goals. Set a goal. We're coming up on the new year. That's a perfect time to start a goal. It's a good accomplishment. Set yourself up a monthly goal, set yourself up a yearly goal, and try to hit it. And that goal can be anything from a half ounce a week, an ounce a week, to, you know, 100 ounces a year. I know 100 ounces a year is not 1 ounce a week, but you know, you never know how you can set it. Set it in different ways to where you challenge yourself. 1 ounce a week, 6 ounces a month, you know, and that way you're pushing it. And one of those weeks you got to push a little more. You know, you got to stay at it. This dip that we've seen recently, it's stabling out now. I think 30 is the new low. I really do. We didn't see it really break down under 30. I mean, we saw it go to 29.50 for a brief day, and then it jumped right back up to 32, 33, and then it came back down to 30 and change, and so on and so on. It's important that people stay on it, and don't let people frustrate you. If someone tells you, oh, wow, that silver quarter. I actually had a comment one day that says, if you think that silver that you got right there is going to save you when everything goes to shit, you got another thing coming. You know, they obviously don't watch the channel for too long to make a comment like that, but you got to stay stacking. You just got to stay focused, and you'll get to where you want to be. Stay positive, stay motivated, keep working at it. With that being said, going to wrap the video up here. I thank everybody for watching and commenting. I love to read your comments. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. You guys have a great day, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.